The guys completing a custom home in Johnson City are recovering addicts. They say their experience shows people in recovery make better workers, and that paying it forward is also a crucial aspect of staying clean.
I think that whenever folks enter into addiction or recovery from addiction, there's many processes that they have to go through, and we feel like that a job and has a big part to do in that.
If I get someone that is working a recovery program, you know, they're more dependable, trustworthy than, you know, in 23 years than I've ever had previously. Don't have guys in trouble on Monday. They're here.
A fellow recovering addict's kindness changed Craig Forrester's life when the man offered him a job and a belief that Forrester could succeed.
When I got out of treatment, I had no skills. I knew how to sell drugs, and I knew how to work in restaurants and bartend and that kind of thing. And he let me hang sheetrock, and the first day I hit a main water line of an apartment complex with a screw hanging the sheetrock. Well, it floods the bathroom, and they have to cut the water off for the entire apartment complex. I just thought I was a failure. I couldn't do sobriety right, I couldn't do life right, and I went home and I felt like I was 2 inches tall, and he called me that night and he asked me what time I was going to be there in the morning, and he showed me a level of kindness and grace that doesn't happen in the drug world, and he showed me how to have empathy and love for someone.
A few years later, Forrester was able to pay it forward to John Rogers, a man who would eventually become his boss.
Man, I've been clean almost 5 years now, and he came in probably 3 years ago for the first time, and we built a relationship when he got out.
One of my biggest fears was what life would look like without drugs and alcohol. And they made it look fun, and I wouldn't say effortlessly, but it didn't look as hard as my mind was telling me.
When Rogers left treatment, Hicks stepped in.
So I could tell that he really was wanting to have a new life and get a fresh start.
And he set me up with a few days, just day labor, just get some money in my pocket, because most of the time you go into rehab penniless and pretty much homeless.
And then now in 2 years it's grown to he has a few employees and doing most of my painting work.
It's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool to watch him grow and get his business back, and try to help facilitate that and wrestle around these other knuckleheads some.
These men's greatest joy today comes from helping others who are at earlier stages of their recovery.
17 years ago, whenever I started recovery, I was blessed to be able to have folks that cared about me and loved on me.
And all the guys that work for me now, they're very involved in going back and giving back to the recovery community, trying to help guys that are one day sober. I always allow them time to go do that, because it's very, very important, because someone done that for me.
It's really a blessing to see guys, you know, after 6 months, a year, 2 years, really giving back and helping other addicts that's just coming into programs.
You see the transformation and the rebirth, and that's what recovery is really about, is a transformation into a man that you didn't even know existed within you. And to get to play a small or integral part in that, there's nothing better on the planet. There's no heroin, there's no oxys, there's nothing that compares to that.
Tim Hicks, the general contractor on this home, says his approach, many of his subs hire recovering addicts, enhances his company's quality and reputation.
I think it helps out tremendously, because they are actually wanting to work. They are actually wanting to better themselves. They are actually wanting to please our customers. So it's a big difference in somebody that just is here every day and just getting their time in. These guys are not like that.
In Johnson City, Jeff Keeling, News Channel 11.